This ranking is gonna be fantastic. We are going to be ranking all four of the Fantastic Four movies. Yes, I know there's a Fantastic Four movie technically from the 1990s. I've never seen it. I don't know how to watch it, and I hear it's not very good. And based off the posters and story and all the things behind it, it doesn't seem like it's a great movie. So I'm sorry if you're a fan of that one. We're just not ranking that one today. Maybe in the future, but today we're not. Coming in at number four, we have Fantastic Four First Steps. I'm just kidding. Obviously, number four is Fantastic Four 2015 Fan Four Stick. This movie is horrible. It is one of the worst comic book movies, superhero movies of all time. I actually think it's one of the worst movies of all time. Maybe it's just because I don't like the bad comic booky thing, so it ruins it for me, but this is just a bad movie. The best thing about this movie is the memes, which is Miles Teller and the Thing's interaction where he goes, "It's fantastic. Say that again? It's fantastic." That was the funniest thing I could have ever imagined. It is such a horrible movie. The whole movie is a drag to get through. It takes so long for them to get their powers, and then it's rushed in the end, all the interactions, and it's not even good. The lead up fight with Doctor Doom. It's such a forgettable movie. I seen it for the first time about a year or so ago, and I hated every second of it when I watched it. And that was just a cap off to a terrible movie. That meme, that line at the end that everyone loves to say that again. It's fantastic because it's not just that it's a bad line. It was the ending point of such a bad movie that it was like the crescendo, and where usually you're waiting for that big heroic awesome moment in a great movie, this was the disaster moment in a horrible movie. But honestly, it made it very, very iconic, and it's kind of hilarious, and I absolutely love it. If you watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, it is equivalent to Alexandra Daddario's character saying, "Do your thing, cuz." It is up there with one of the dumbest lines of all time, with that, to me. Coming in at number three, we have Fantastic Four from 2005. Now, let me get this out of the way and say I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie and these characters. I used to love Chris Evans, Johnny Storm. I also love Sue Storm's Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba was my childhood crush. So this movie does have nostalgia for me. These characters, these actors and actresses in this world, but it's not that very good of a movie. It doesn't hold up over time. It's not like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, which they were a time capsule of great storytelling. This movie really has zero plot. It's about them getting their powers, they get it, and then they kind of just hang out and have fun, and they're trying to figure out their powers the rest of the movie, and then all of a sudden Doctor Doom shows up, and then they start fighting in the end. For the most part, they're just letting Johnny Storm run around, show off, and he's just hitting on chicks, going on dirt bikes, and doing his thing, which, as a kid, is why I liked him. He was cool, he was the cool guy, he's edgy, and he's funny, and he was going after all the girls. I get it. But as an adult who wants a little bit more story, you realize there is none. Jessica Alba looks great, as I mentioned before, but there's really nothing this movie's got going for it other than the cast being very likable. The biggest story element this movie's got is that the Thing is over infatuated with the idea that he hates the way that he looks and he wants to go back to being human. And his wife is probably the worst people in all of movies to me. Like, at least she's up there. Not his wife, but like, I think they were engaged, right? His fiance just completely drops him, runs away screaming, looking, "Oh my gosh, look at you," whatever. Never talks to him again. Even when they saved the day on the bridge and saved all those people, she shows up and drops her reign and throws it away at him after he just saved all these people. You think he would at least deserve a conversation. I mean, come on. So that always bothered me. She sucks. And I like his new relationship that he builds eventually with the blind character who doesn't see what the Thing looks like, so she just cares about him as a person. That's a cool little story arc thing. But for the most part, this movie is pretty just, it's 2000s. It's a 2000s comic book movie, and it just feels extremely dated. Coming in at number 2, we have Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Now, this seems to be a hot take. It seems like most people like the first Fantastic Four more than this one. I do not get it. This one is clearly a better movie and has such a better story to it because it actually has a story to it. It is shocking to me that this isn't the general unanimous consensus that this movie is better. Johnny has an actual arc in this movie. He's not just the playboy the whole time. He actually learns about himself and has to grow as a human being throughout the movie. The Thing isn't just fixed on his appearance the entire movie. He is actual stuff that he is trying to do. Reed Richards has actual aura in this movie just from the dance at the club scene is really, really funny. You see that memed all through TikTok, and it plays very, very funny in the movie. Sue Storm, Jessica Alba, is still hot in this movie, but she also has a lot more to do. You see a lot more of her powers, and she's just a better character. You get to see her powers really unfold in this movie. So all 4 of these characters are just more fleshed out compared to the first one. Silver Surfer is also extremely, extremely cool in this movie. He has so much power, so much aura, and his dynamic with Sue Storm is really interesting. It really always captivated me as a kid, and it still does now. I think it's played really, really well. Doctor Doom, we also have to shout out R.I.P. Julian McMahon, who literally just passed away over the past month, which is crazy timing with the fact that we have a new Fantastic Four movie that just came out. So RIP to him. His Doctor Doom is more built up in this movie, is more fleshed out. We know who he is from the previous movie. We think Silver Surfer's the big bad, and Doctor Doom is working through behind the scenes throughout this movie, alluding to a future problem for our Fantastic Four. Now, like the first one, it still feels like more of a TV show than a movie, especially with how short these movies are. But I do think this one is just a lot more interesting than the first one. Coming in at number 1, it is Fantastic Four: First Steps, the MCU's version of the Fantastic Four. It is clear that this is the best Fantastic Four movie we've ever seen. It's not that this is the greatest movie of all time, it's just that the competition is pretty thin, right? If Rise of Silver Surfer is your best movie to up until this point, it's pretty easy to pass because Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer, even though I just praised it, isn't the greatest comic book movie in the world. This movie is much better. It's the characters are more fleshed out, the world building is cool, the aesthetic, the vibe, the storytelling, the acting is probably overall better. I don't know. It's like I still have nostalgia for that original cast, so it's not like I'm in love with these characters as of right now, but it's clearly a way better movie. The way it's constructed, the music, the score is extremely, extremely good. If you want to hear my full thoughts on this movie, I do have a review that is on my channel, so you can go check out the review for it. So all the spoilers will be over there. I like this movie. I thought it was solid. I thought it was retro futuristic. I think the MCU really dove into these characters and really fleshed them out. It emphasized what Fantastic Four is supposed to be, and that is a family who cares about one another and also cares about the people that they want to save. So that's my ranking. Leave a comment down below your ranking. How would you rank the Fantastic Four movies? Did you see the 1990 version? Do you like it better than the 2015 version? Because that's really what it would be up against in my assumption. From what I hear, the 1990 movie isn't very good, and the 2015 movie is definitely not good. Leave a comment down below. Are you a Rise of the Silver Surfer defender over 2005? I would like to see if anyone else agrees with me. I'm going to be very surprised if anyone doesn't think the new movie is better than the other movies. If you like that 2005 and Rise of Silver Surfer cast, and you still like it better than this new one, props to you. You know what I mean? I have nostalgia for that cast, so I get it. But I think the new one is clearly just a better movie. Make sure to subscribe so you can see more fantastic rankings. Say that again? Subscribe so you can see more fantastic rankings in the future.